Men, I have a question and please answer it sincerely. I'm begging. I
think the reason that people in their 30s are struggling to date is because to love someone wholeheartedly requires a certain level of naivety and delusion that we just do not have anymore because it's been trashed.
Loyalty, connection, commitment, a man that earns money, a man that provides for me, a man that treats me well. You'll give
Jenny here. Continue to learn modern women to answer the question, the reason why men are walking away from dating. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like to support Jenny. Let's go.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to start understanding one thing. The more silent you are, and the more indifferent you are, and the more detached you are, the more things that you want just come to you.
So basically, you're teaching women to not work to achieve their goals because the things they want will simply materialize out of pure indifference. Yeah, crap, like this is why a lot of you lovely ladies are broke.
So have you noticed when you really fixate on something, it never comes true? When you really fixate on something, it never happens. When you're in that obsessed energy, when you're checking your phone every 5 seconds to see if he's texted you, that person never texts you. It's because you are obsessing over something. It's because you are chasing something. The minute you pull your energy back...
Guess what? He's still not going to text you much if they don't text.
Much if they don't text.
Here's how you make him chase you, not ghost you. When you're on a date with a man and he looks at you and asks you what you're looking for, do not give him the full list. Loyalty, connection, commitment, a man that earns money, a man that provides for me, a man that treats me well. You're giving all your cards away. You're literally giving him an entire tutorial on how to treat you to get access to you. Instead, do this. Smile, tilt your head, and say, I will know when I see it. So now he's spiraling.
Actually, he's thinking you're trying to play games, and he's either going to ghost you or just pump and dump. Then you're probably going to try to pull the same crap again with the next man. And the next man, and the next man.
Just like a woman.
Never really getting what you want, and just adding to your body count.
It's sad, isn't it?
I think the reason that people in their 30s are struggling to date is because to love someone wholeheartedly requires a certain level of naivety and delusion that we just do not have anymore because it's been trashed. And that delusion of being able to just give yourself to somebody because you've got like 5 things in common and you can have a really good conversation with them, it no longer exists when you have been hurt so many times over and every single time you've gotten it wrong, because it's obviously always ended, and that's why you're dating in your 30s. And I think it's really, really interesting that we are continuing to try and date in the same way that we did when we were younger, because that strategy is obviously no longer working, because none of us are freely capable of giving ourselves to each other, because we feel so uncomfortable with the idea of the vulnerability that it takes, because we...
Oh, shut up.
You know, sweetie, I agree with you. And that's why a lot of men prefer to date younger women, you know, because her pure bonding ability and outlook on life haven't been completely trashed yet by 100 eggplants and 1 or 2 or 5 baby daddies.
A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6 different men.
Yeah. We don't find that attractive.
We are living in a time that our ancestors dreamed of. We are able to work, make our own money, live on our own, be single, not get married, not have children. We're able to have those choices. And this is the first time in human history that women have had as much freedoms as we've had.
And we as men fully support you in that. That's why we stopped paying for dates. And why we expect you to pay 50% of the bills? Cause equality, you know.
We don't really need a man for anything.
You're kidding, right? Stop it. Get some help.
Sure you do, sweetie. You need men to breed the cats. That will be keeping your lovely ladies company when you're old and saggy.
You're goddamn right.
Or in some cases when you're young and saggy too.
But with that being said, and I need you to understand, with that being the case, we are going to have, like, reform requires upheaval or some kind of disruption. So we are going to be disappointed with our relationships with men. That is the way it is. Until men catch up with the fact that we don't need them for these things, and therefore the way that they've been able to behave for the last centuries and centuries is not the way they're going to be able to behave anymore.
And how exactly are you going to force us to change our behavior, considering that we hold the monopoly on force?
you'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing.
That's going to take a while to click for them. So in that time that it takes them for that to click, we have to accept that we probably will not be able to have the kind of relationships with men that we would like to have. And that's okay. If we asked our ancestors what would they prefer, to have to marry a man, or to have his children, or to have freedom and maybe would not have relationships with men anymore, they would choose not to have relationships with men anymore.
Well, so basically you're going to withhold the box. You know, it's funny, 60 years after the great feminist liberation, and still the only leverage you lovely ladies have is box.
Pathetic.
Now let's get something straight. The men she's talking about are the chads who pump and dump and refuse to cater to them. Not the 80% of men who are invisible. But the thing is, sweetie, the chads will never have problems getting women. Case in point.
Imagine you have a hot boyfriend that is everything that you would want from a man. Everything. Hot, funny, smart, talented, very intelligent. I already said that. Imagine you have that. Everything. And that man, you can't have a normal relationship with that man.
It's sad, isn't it?
No, Mr. President. It's actually hilarious. But you know what's even funnier? This whole withhold the box thing. Because
You thought AI art was wild? Wait till you hear about the cyber in Berlin, where men are literally lining up to sleep with robots. Yep, robots. This isn't an episode of Black Mirror. It's happening right now, and it's a terrifying glimpse into the future.
yeah, it's a future where the box has no value. No wonder it's terrifying to you.
In Berlin, actual establishments called cyber are opening their doors, offering men companionship with AI-powered, anatomically correct dolls. They don't speak, they don't argue, they don't have needs. They're just cold, programmable, and built to serve on demand.
Bring in the fat.
Bruh.
Let that sink in. For 80 to 120 euros an hour, you can rent a synthetic woman.
No. You rent a robot? Not a woman, but I guess by your logic, a clothing store mannequin is also a synthetic woman. And so are statues. But just for reference, sweetie, women are living female humans who have double X chromosomes. Know the difference. It could save your life.
Customized to your preference: blonde, brunette, petite, curvy, silicone or thermoplastic elastomer. They even let you pick the personality. This isn't just creepy, it's the ultimate fantasy of control, where women are reduced to literal objects and men are encouraged to bypass empathy, effort, and connection.
No, sweetie, you got it wrong. In the places you're talking about, women are not being reduced to literal objects. Because nobody is taking live women and turning them into robotic servitors. Women are being replaced with literal objects. As in, you lovely ladies are no longer required to perform a function. Because that function is being performed by an object.
This chain of logic is correct, and what is correct is sacred.
And if you think about it, you lovely ladies have been doing the same thing to men for years now. And I've never seen any men whine on TikTok about your battery-operated bodies.
Ironic.
But sweetie, let me mansplain why this is happening. You see, back in the day when a man married a woman other than her box, he also got her nurturing and caring feminine nature, and also got her love in return other than his eggplant. She got his protection, his provisioning, and also got his love. And if you ask me, that's something that an AI can't replicate. The problem nowadays is that a lot of women actually suppress their feminine nature because being annoying and hating on men and treating them like walking at Pepsi's is what's trending now.
He knows that all women want is his money, so he acts like it. Prove him right by taking it. Take that money and go buy a business. Take that money and go invest it. Take that money and save it. And when you're done with him, leave him for the next chick to collect from. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay? Stop connecting to the man if you don't like the man. Get his money and bounce. Men have been doing this forever, except they will just sleep with the woman, not connect with her, and bounce. Do that with their money. At least you leaving with something.
So remove caring, nurture, and love from a woman, and all she's got left is her body. But you see, sweetie, the human body has limits that are easily surpassed by machines. That's why a lot of men lost industrial labor jobs when factories became automated. And guess what? A woman's natural body can never compete with a machine either, because that AI robot doll will never get old, will never sag, never gets tired, never negs, never cheats, never says no, can never catch an STD, and its imitation box never gets loose and can be upgraded with devices that the human body can't be.
The flesh is weak, but the machine is eternal.
So ladies, if you think that you're going to make us submit to you by withholding box, we already solved that problem.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Men, I have a question, and please answer it sincerely. I'm begging. I'm begging! Okay, why is it that every single time I have asked a man, so what's your type then? They always say, I don't really have a type, but I don't have a type. Right. Okay, why do you say this? Because we all have a type. That's literally human nature, darling. We all have a type, okay? Just be honest. If it's blondes, babe, be honest with me. I know I'm not a blonde, but come on. Honesty is the best policy, babe. Okay, so tell me why I look at all their ex-girlfriends and they're all the same human. They're all the same person over and over and over again. So you clearly have a type. Do they feel sorry for me because I'm a ginger?
No.
Honestly, he's just looking to smash it and not make you his girlfriend.
Indeed.